after the body dissolves, there's no need for the air either.
Well, and again, the body is just the five elements, and the five elements, they conglomerate and get together and create this body form. And this body form begins deteriorating from day one, going back to the elements from which it was created from.
Mm. Yeah.
The only thing is the identification with the body. This has to be broken, and mantra allows this, because as these train of thoughts that are flowing, that are being identified with as my thoughts, my life, and my doings, the mantra erases this slowly, silently, and permanently until there's just movement, but no one moving. Experience, but no one experiencing.
Right.
Witnessing, but without a witness, because there's nothing to witness. There's no thought train going on or any labeling going on, and labeling is the joy of the mind. The mind likes to label things and then say, okay, I put this in this little box, I reason this, I use my intellect, I now understand this thing. Now I can put it on the shelf, it's finished. But see, if I listen in the way of sky, how can I sit there and say, oh, I understand this, I can put it on the shelf? It's formless shelf.
Yeah, the understanding is for the me. It's for the I don't know. Somehow there's a comfort in that. Maybe the feeling of understanding can, I don't know, maybe is reassuring rather than dealing with any kind of fear.
But again, fear, reassurance, all of this appeared upon your spontaneous presence. Prior to being this, there was no fear, there was no reassurance, nothing was needed. The needs and requirements came along with the body. So when the body falls, it's natural that the needs and requirements would go along with it.
Yeah.
That's Maharaj always points back to how you were prior to being this. How you were prior to being this. Which sky? Sky does not know it's sky. It's everywhere. It's in all things. It's only when you try to attach yourself to an individualized body form and say, this is me.
But sometimes I think it feels like annihilation because, you know, I was watching this nature program and just watching what happens in nature. You know, things chase other things and eat these things. And I was just realizing, you know, there's just that's just the way it is. And so just seeing my own resistance to that, you know, when you see the cheetah chasing the rabbit, you know, you tend to want to, you know, root for one of those, you know, but it's, you know, it just seems like it comes up, this whole business of survival, you know, so then it kind of plugged me into, you know, that the fear of of annihilation, I think, you know, and that's just part of nature. But on the other hand, yeah, there is that comes up because of the body.
Yeah, the beingness. You're afraid that you won't, and Maharaj talks about this too, about how the ants, when the selfless self knows itself in the form of an ant and you pour water, the selfless self in the form of the ant runs because it is afraid that this knowingness of itself will terminate when that itself is all this is, this body. Once this body goes, I am no more, but that's just not the case. And you'll know this and see this as you use mantra more and more and more. The knower of the sense of presence, that presence, you'll know, oh, so that I am not body, I was not body, I'm not going to remain body. That spontaneous, invisible, anonymous identity. That selfless self. Sky, space. These are the objects that are appearing inside the space but have nothing to do with the space, have no way in any kind to affect the space in which these objects are appearing.